This is a quick video comparing shadow noise in the EOS R5 between C-Log 3 and Rec 2020 PQ, which is an alternative setting that I don't hear talked about an awful lot with this camera. So I've set up a scene, tabletop scene here. I've exposed the grey card, the 18% grey card, to what Canon suggest for the various settings. So first off, we have here C-Log 3, for which they suggest an ISO of a base ISO of 800, which I've got here, and the grey card set up to 35%. I think actually 32.5% is the official one, but I've got it set to 35 in the camera. So that's what I've exposed it for here. And in the subsequent clips of PQ, I started with that same base setting, so ISO 800 and also the 35% grey. So I was astounded at the difference in shadow noise. I mean, I'd never have a lot of success with C-Log, I must say. I always struggle hitting the sweet spot with exposure. As you can see in the shadow area here, there's a lot of noise. And if you directly compare it with the Rec 2020 PQ clip, I'm seeing almost no noise at all. I've tried to match by eye the exposures using the histograms and the parade. You can see they're roughly the same in terms of how the various levels are distributed and where they peak and where the bases are. But you can see that the log 3, or I can see here, I don't know whether you can on the YouTube compression, but the Rec 2020 PQ one is certainly cleaner in the shadows, certainly on the scopes and visually. The next one along, I used a highlight tone priority setting. I'm not sure what that does, to be honest. It's supposed to roll off the highlights better. I guess it is doing that because you're getting slightly darker shadows, but they're still clean. I've got some additional outdoor clips that I did. Just shot of the garden, and they're all very clean in the shadow areas as well, using the PQ setting. I mean, normally if you bring up shadows like that in C-Log, it gets very noisy. So, project settings, yes, I've got DaVinci Resolve set up to DaVinci YRGB color managed. So we're processing in HDR, so we're in Rec 2020 with the PQ curve, but we're outputting to 709, Rec 709. And I'm just monitoring on an iMac here. The interesting thing I found is that, and I suppose this is, I hadn't really noticed this, but of course everyone who plays back log 3 clips directly from the R5, they come out as H.265 and they hardly play at all. I mean, they struggle to play. This one's playing okay now, but as everyone knows, they're a bit of a bitch to edit. But the PQ clips have a slightly different data rate, I noticed. And provided you record in, I think, IPB, even IPB light, the quality is excellent and they play back without any issue. I mean, it goes straight to the green playback there. So you can scrub them and do what you need to. So that might be an advantage. They edit much more cleanly on the timeline, and they look a lot more clean in the shadows. I can't really see a disadvantage, although I think you can't record in 8K using the PQ settings, but you can record in 4K fine, which is downsampled 8K anyway. So at the moment, I'm going to do some more tests, but this is just a quick initial finding. I think, you know, seeing the difference here so clearly between these, that horrible shadow, and that's supposedly a correctly exposed C-Log 3 setting. Haven't compared standard C-Log yet, but that's chalk and cheese to me. I know which one I'd prefer to receive for color grading. And of course, the good thing is the PQ stuff is 10-bit, so it'll take a bit of color grading without breaking up. Okay, that's the end of this video. Thanks for watching.